Okay, boss. In the last class, we have loaded this transaction data to the cube, and we've seen how data is filled into my cube, or how the dimension IDs are generated in the dimension table and to the fact table. Yeah. Now I have this. Okay. The data was deleted. I'm just loading it again. Now data is loaded. You can see the data like this. Okay. Now I would like to create some query on top of this cube and see how does it go on. Yeah. So how do you do is, for BW, for all the reporting, we use a component called BEX here. Where do we have? So you see a component called what? BEX. Now within that we have a component called query designer to design the query here. Now just get in. Okay. So this is a query designer where you design your query bus. Now when you say go to the query menu and say what? Create new query. It does ask you what is this? New query, select info. Info provider is the one which is going to provide data for your BEX queries. Query is like a question what you put onto the provider bus. Now what is your provider bus? Cube 01 was my cube. And then select. You get to see your entire cube definition here. You get to see the key figure, amount and quantity, dimensions. When you expand each dimension, you see what? Characteristics, product, again you see time, unit, you see all the characteristics, dimension and the characteristics here. Depending on the requirement, you go over drag and drop into this. Okay. Now you have a tab called rows, free characteristics, columns and preview. Yeah. You see this icon, this will tell you that if you place any info object into the rows, it will show that info object value downwards. Okay. And look at this column here. If you place any info object, it shows the info object value across. Okay. That's it. Now say I would like to have it like this, year wise. Okay. See, look at the preview. It says A year, B. You get all the years downwards. And for each year, I would like to see what is their amount and quantity was. You just do drag and drop. Internally, it does form the SQL statement automatically. You don't have, and then save your query. And then you can start running your query onto browser. SAP user. SAP user. Pop-up blocker. Okay, now I have this query results. Now I see all the 3 years and their amounts and then quantities. So where the data is getting aggregated was. If I try to see compare the cube results, let me just hide these 3 columns. I have data for let me sort them. So 2012, 13 and 14. I would like to see sum of these two, aggregate this total aggregates, right? I would like to see a subtotal for each year. Select this and select your year and say subtotals. Now look at this. For 2000 it says 3,51,000 and 1,290. For 3,51,000, 1,290, and that's how basically when since you are using year, it is aggregating the data based on the year and gives you the results. Let's say apart from the year, I would like to have the report on month wise all this. I will say month name I want, sales order. I'm putting that into free characteristics. Let's see what happens. And products. Let me refresh the query. Now you get to see the year. Look at this. In the free characteristics, you get to see all other columns. You can slice and dice the columns. Say you drag a month name onto it, you start seeing month wise. You drag your sales order, you see order wise. Say order, and I would like to see year wise across, or let's say I would like to go month wise, and I would like to see year wise split, and I can go to month across. Okay, so month wise I see it like a cross tab. I can do any way I want, just with drag and drop, and you get this slicing and dicing of your query. Okay, boss. Now good. Now I would like to see it on like remove this year, or let's say the month, right? I can also do filtering, like say I would like to see only certain months. I can right click on the month name here and say what, filter, select filter value. Say I want only these two. Add your filters, say okay, or I can remove the filters, right click, say what, filter, and say what, remove filter value. I can do slicing and dicing in the query like this. Let's say now I would like to see on the customer wise. I've got 300, 200, 300, 400, 500. Done. Okay. Now look at my requirement. Apart from seeing the customer number and all the stuff, okay, I would like to see the customer attributes or customer property, like say customer address or customer region, or let's say to which country does it belong. I would like to see even the properties of the customer also in the reporting. Okay. So, but if I go to my query, do you have those? Do we have those characteristics in the cube? No. And if I expand customer, there is nothing here. So now I need, along with the customer number, I would like to show some attributes or properties of the customer also. So can I maintain those properties in the attribute table and then bring that to him in the reporting? So did you understand the importance of attribute table now, why I am formulating it? In the backend, if I formulate my attribute table, I can bring out attributes into the reporting, is properties. Now let's see what happens. So now my requirement is for this InfoObject customer. If you right click on this cube, display data model, I have InfoObject called, what is here? For customer, I would like to maintain attribute table. Okay, boss. Now go to the InfoObject. Now start searching for what? Customer. But if you see now, do you have the master data attribute enabled of us? No. That's why you're not seeing any attributes here. Now in the backend, if I start formulating attribute data for this, I start getting to see attributes in the front end. Let's say now let's take an Excel file and then let's formulate some file for us. Say customer. What are the data I've got? C100. C200, okay. Some city, say region, something. That's fine. I'm okay with these two. I'm going with Hyderabad. Bangalore, Chennai. Here I'm going to say so. So this is the data I've got bus. Now this is the attribute information what I'm expecting in the reporting. So I'll have to model these two as attributes of what? Customer, and load this data into BW bus. Let's save this file. I'm putting it on my desktop. Customer underscore ATTR. Set this as what? CSV file. Okay, first what I'll do, let me formulate my target. What is my target in this case? Source is my flat file and my target is what? Not cube, in this case, attribute table, because I need to extract it from that file and load into my attribute table of what? Customer. So let me formulate the attribute table. To formulate this attribute table, I need how many columns? I need customer column, city and region. So I already have, I am trying to use this customer column which has already been used in the cube. So let me create two InfoObjects. One is city. City is a characteristic. So char alphanumeric, Hyderabad, Bangalore, so alphanumeric. So I would so go with 15 something. So does it have lowercase in it? Yes, activate. Good. Next I want so it's a char and 10. I still want lowercase for this also. Okay, done. Now what I'll do, I'll go to the InfoObject what? Country and say what? I'll enable this. Do you want attribute table for customer? Yes. Enable this checkbox. As soon as I enable, you start getting a tab called attributes here. So when I say I need attribute table of customer, it does ask me what attributes do you want. What is it? Country, customer. Sorry. So I go to I go to change. So for customer I need attributes. So attribute, yeah. So what attributes are specified in this attribute table? Yeah? One is city. That's these two. I want these two characteristic InfoObjects as attributes of customer. And when activate, will it formulate that attribute table in the backend? Yes. So if you go to master text tab, you see the table name. For SI table it comes with S. For attribute table it comes with P. You can see the table. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4. Don't worry about these two columns. You see customer and what? City, region. And what is primary key in this? Customer is a primary. And if you go to contents, do you see any data in this? You will see those numbers, but attributes are not still blank because we have not done the loading yet. So now I like to load this bus. So what you do, you got to load, select this customer object. You are supposed to load attribute table of what? Customer. So set that customer as info provider. You can do it in the here or info provider menu. Right click on the info area and say what? Insert characteristic as info provider. What is your info object? Customer. Now you start getting to see the attribute. Now like cube, we have made the master data as target bus. Again I've got file. Same. Again from flat file I need to start doing the loading to this master data bus. Same like what we've done yesterday. Same again what is it? In this case, instead of what is my target instead of cube, what is it? Master data. And source is again flat file. Again I have, can I use the same connection yesterday what we have? Yeah, good. Again what will be steps again? create data source, create transformations, create info package, create it. Same, except the target is cube and here the target is marked. Every rest all steps are same again. So, okay, good. So how will I do? I'll go to what? So I already have the source system and I would like to leverage YPC file itself. Then what will do? I'll go data source. Then this is some other system. I need to manipulate data source for my own connection file, and I would say what? YPC file. Okay, good. And I already created a component. I just want to leverage the same application component is like a folder. Now right click on this and say what? Create data source. Any name I can give, but to recognize it easily, customer attribute. Now, so data source is always qualified with your flat file connection. What connection it is. Now drop down. What type of data source should I select now? Attribute data source. Be logical, okay. Then just give your what? Short, medium, and then long descriptions. Then in extraction, I'm going to specify all my source file data. I've got a file with from what? From the local workstation, and browse through the file. And it does got header was yes. And what type of file is it? CSV file, and then data is your comma separator values. Now instead of me specifying the transfer structure, I can go with what? Proposal bus. Then it automatically formulates fields. If I'm okay with this, char 4 is okay, city is okay, is all okay. Then I can say what? Activate. Now when activate, does it create what? Does it create PSA? So data source nothing but PSA. So we can, when you load data into through info package, data first comes into what? PSA. Now can you do editing in PSA? And what is the structure of PSA table? Same as your what? Transfer structure plus technical fields. I can see the table name here, extras. Sorry, go to and you see this name. Double click on this, you see request number, data packet, record number, partition, technical keys as primary key, and all the transfer structure fields. Will it hold exactly the replica of data coming from source without any modifications? Yes. Good. Now once I have data source, the data source is my source object. Ultimately my target is what? Customer attribute. So my target object is customer attribute and source is my data source. I need to do mapping between these two through what? Mapping. Transformation. Right click and say what? I'm right clicking on the target attribute. Create transformation. It does ask me what? So target is customer attribute is okay. Attribute type or text. Which is target now? Attribute. What is the source object? Data source. And what is your data source? This is the name. And what was the connection name? YPC. Say okay. And start doing the mapping. So left hand side you get to see the fields. Right hand side you get to see InfoObjects. Now start mapping. Customer to customer, city to city, region to region, and then say what? Act. So mapping is done. And if you see the InfoObject and say display data flow, you can see the source system, data source, transmission attribute, and attribute of what? Customer. Same like it was no difference like from yesterday, right? Then so I've got master data. Okay, now select your data source. Now you got expand the flow, then you get the data source here. Then what is it you do? Info package. To what? To master database. For now, don't worry on these properties. I'll come back. So when I triggered info package, 5 records have come to what? To PSA, right? To the data source. Now can I see the entries in the data source? Right click on the data source and say what? Manage. specify the data source, manage, and then select your request. And you already know that InfoObject will form a request, DTP also will form the request. Now this is the 5 records we have got in the PSA. Now next, from PSA to the target, what should I do? You can right click on the DTP folder or right click on your attribute. Then you will have option as what? Create DTP. Same like cube. And do nothing here and just say activate. Five records are loaded. Now if the 5 records are loaded, I should have the master data bus. I can see this here, maintain master data. I can see the data load, or I can see at the table level also. If you go to the InfoObject, master text tab, what is attribute tab? P. Go to the P table and see the content. Don't worry about this. Okay, this is how loaded. And every time you load master data, you must activate it. Right click on the master and say what? Activate master data. Now it will remove those duplicates. Now you see the data sitting in. Okay, good. Now if you go to my, again if I go to query designer, start running the query. I open the existing query. So I have customer, right? Now if I go to sales dimension, where I've got what? Customer characteristic. When I expand, I start seeing a folder called what? Attributes. Now under this, I see those properties. Now drag the city, which is depend on customer. So I need to drag it on to customer, because these two are depend on customer bus. Okay, good. Now let's run the, let me refresh my report. So now when I drill down on customer, I get along region and city also from there. So did you understand why am I maintaining attribute table now? Clear? Okay, good. Next trick, you're okay with this? And let's say I've got my customers with C100 to C500. It is showing me the numbers. Okay, what my end user does is, if I give him numbers, he has to make again an Excel sheet to just look at what is C, who is C100, who is C200. I'm not happy with those numbers. Then what I should do? I must represent these customers with some description, with the name, with let's say with some names. Okay, so my business will understand the customer with the naming. They don't understand with the keys like this, right? So what I need to do is, in the reporting, instead of showing these numbers, I would like to show them with the names, with the descriptions. Yeah. Then that is what you maintain in the backend with what? With text table bus, right? So let me take another file with some language, some customer name. Yeah, good. D అంటే జర్మన్. ఓకే, ఓకే, జర్మన్ కన్నిటికి ఇట్లా పెడుతున్నా సంథింగ్, మనకు తెలియదు ఏందన్నట్టు. So these are their German names. if user logs into German, he is supposed to see this name, but if I run the report with English, I am supposed to see this name in the report. Yeah. Customer underscore text. అవుతుందిలే, అది గంట ఎక్కువ కాకూడదు. Okay, so I have got my file ready. So again I need to prepare my target table as text table now. So again I'll go to my InfoObject for customer, right click and say what, change. Now where do you say you want text or not? With this checkbox. So I say with, I don't need to create any InfoObjects for the text table. So I say text. It will ask you that do you want short, medium and long. Short is of length 20, medium 40, long is of 60. Now description 20, within the limit of 20, I am okay with short. Yeah. Then do you have description in multiple languages? Yes, I will say language dependent. So when you have this checkbox selected, it creates my text table with customer number and language number together as primary key. Activate J. That's it. Just enabling checkbox will formulate my text table. And the text table name would be T. What is? If I double click on this, I can see what is primary key. This customer number and language. Now it will allow multiple languages for the same customer, because both are primary key in this. Right? Suppose if I deselect this checkbox language dependent, it formulates my text table only with only with customer. Now will it allow two records of same customer? So I need to say I want description in multi-language. Okay, support or activate. Okay, now good. So my text table is ready. Now if you go to my favorites, since my customer number is already inserted as info provider, I start getting to say new component as what, text. If I have not done that, now I should insert the characteristic as info provider. You start getting text as my target. So I've got text target, I've got my flat file. Again I need to start doing what, loading again. Again what should I do? Source to same source, YPC file. I need to create my data source. Make sure I select the connection as my YPC file. Same component I'm using, create data source. Data source type what? Need target batti data source type select. If your target is cube, transaction ID. If it is attribute table, attribute data. If your target is text, then text. Yeah. Now let me select the file. And it's a CSV file. Then I would say comma separator. Then proposal I will say. So our customer, language and customer name. And I can see the preview. Okay, boss. Now do I need to do the mapping now? So I'll go right click on the text of customer and say create transformations. So this time my target is what? Customer text here. So customer to customer. Look, it takes 0txt. I have never did I create any InfoObjects for the text table? No. When I enable checkbox, it formulates a column with ready-made InfoObject. 0txt and a short. 0txt.md is medium description. 0txt.lg is for long. At last, choose some. Now transformation is done. Next, and just trigger the load. If you see the data flow, I have customer with text and what? Attribute is got connection. Now text data source connected to text. Now I need to just create what? You know this, right? Trigger the load and thing. Load. Schedule and say start. 10 records loaded. Next is what? DTP. I know you don't know all the properties, but still you should get the flow for it. Yeah? So 10 records are loaded. Now if I try to see, again every time you load master disk, see do what? Activate master disk. So it says no need. Now go to the InfoObject. I can go to what? Text table and see the content of the text table. Do I see? I can sort them and see. Now do you see with German and English for each of the customer? Okay, good. Done. అయింది కదా. ఇట్లా కూడా చూడొచ్చు. రైట్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ ద కస్టమర్ అండ్ సే వాట్ మెయింటైన్ మాస్టర్ డేటాబేస్. where it actually combines both the data and shows you. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎందుకు చూపిస్తుంది? ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్ అని ఉంది కదా, ఒప్పుకోదనుకుంటాను. ఓకే, నౌ యూ గెట్ టు సీ జర్మన్ ఏది కంటే అది అన్నట్టు. Now let's how to leverage the text information in the reporting. Just to refresh, I'll have to close and log into my query designer. అంటే దీని so I'll open the existing query. Okay, again for customer I manipulate my text in the backend. So I should say when you run the customer, don't show me the key. Actually C100 C2 are referred as keys and the descriptions what I have in my text table are referred as text actually. So you could do it. Properties you will have properties window. Do you select just then properties చూపిస్తాను. Now if you select amount, you are seeing properties of what? Amount atla. Now go to select the customer so that you see the properties of customer. ఇక్కడ డిస్ప్లేలో డిస్ప్లేస్ కీ బదులు డ్రాప్ డౌన్ డిస్ప్లేస్ ఏమంటారు టెక్స్ట్. యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో సెట్ డిస్ప్లే కీ అండ్ టెక్స్ట్. యూ కెన్ గెట్ టు సీ బోత్. బస్ ఈ టాపిక్స్ అని నేను మళ్ళీ వస్తాను, కానీ టెక్స్ట్ టేబుల్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ అర్థం కావాలి కాబట్టి ఐమ్ జస్ట్ షోయింగ్ ద కంప్లీట్ వర్క్ కావాలండి. Now if I say, if I drill down on customer, I'm just seeing these names. Okay boss, and because I've logged in with English boss, so what I would do is English you start seeing everything in German now, but మనకంత అవసరం లేదు. Suchi is like search. ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్లోకి వెళ్తాను because there is already a login. It's take the default login. Okay, now let me run this. అదే ఇంగ్లీష్ వెళ్తుందన్నది. But okay, but if you basically run the report with German, you start seeing the description as A, B, B, B. So like this, you can maintain description in multiple languages. Did you understand the importance of text table? Good. Next, hierarchy suppose. You are having this report, right? I have these reports, fine. ఏదైనా ప్రోడక్ట్ చూసుకుందాం. సో బికాస్ ఐ వాంట్ మానిపులేట్ హైరార్కీస్ ఫర్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఆర్ ఓకే కస్టమర్కే అనుకుందాం బస్. సో ఐమ్ సీయింగ్ సమ్ కస్టమర్ లైక్ చాంద్ మార్క్ ఆల్ దిస్ రైట్. నాకు వాడు రిపోర్టింగ్ ఏమంటే బస్ ఇన్ ద రిపోర్టింగ్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు సీ లెవెల్ అప్ లెవెల్ డౌన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ వేర్ వాడు ఏమంటే ఈజ్ యాక్చువల్లీ క్లాసిఫైడ్ కస్టమర్స్ యాజ్ గోల్డ్ సిల్వర్ ప్లాటినం అనుకో. I should see customer types, and when I expand each type I should see customers under that type. అది నాకు కావాలి. ఓకే, అర్థమైందండి. ట్రీ లైక్ స్ట్రక్చర్. ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు సీ ఫస్ట్ ఎ ఫోల్డర్ లైక్ ఆల్. అండర్ ఆల్ I should see gold, platinum, silver. Under each type I should see the respect to customer under it. That is what hierarchy is. Okay, but so I need to have hierarchies maintained on what? Customer. But this time I'm not loading the hierarchies from the platform. I'm going to maintain manually. Boss, how will I do that? Look at this. Go to the InfoObject customer, right click and say what? Change. Where do you say you want hierarchies for it? I want an attribute, I want a text, then I wanted what? Hierarchies. Don't worry, don't change anything here. Just say activate. This time I am trying to build the hierarchy manually. Boss. Then after some days we will see how to load the hierarchy from Flatflux. Not now. అది కొద్దిగా తేడాగా ఉంటుంది. సో క్లిక్ ఆన్ ద బటన్ మెయింటైన్ హైరార్కీస్, enable hierarchies and activate, then click on the button maintain hierarchies. So it does show your screen where you can start building up your tree or entire hierarchy. But this is a case where I'm trying to build hierarchy manually within BW. But generally you'll have the hierarchy data in a different source and you'll have to load it from source. Network is I've come here for what? Create new hierarchies. Click on the button create. Z test hierarchy customer type something. So I want to build some dummy folders. I'd say what? Text node all. Under all I want platinum. Okay, so you select this platinum and then I want to put some customers into it. So customers. Now what do you want? See 100 200 into it. Silver like 300 into it and 400 500. And this is about building hierarchy manually. Done. So now I'll have you can see the hierarchy here. If you refresh, see for customer info, you see this tree. You can right click straight away on this and set display. It will show you the same. Okay. Now other reporting lo vaadali. To refresh, again log in and log out. So again, for this customer, look at this icon is like says normal characteristic. I want to show this customer with hierarchy enabled. Yeah. Now select the customer and go to properties of it. మళ్ళీ దాని ప్రాపర్టీస్కి వెళ్తే యూ హ్యావ్ ట్యాబ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ట్యాబ్? గో ఇన్. ఇక్కడ బటన్ ఉంటుందన్న. సో వెన్ గుడ్ హైరార్కీ ట్యాబ్ దస్ బటన్. వాట్ ఈస్? సెలెక్ట్ హైరార్కీ అని ఉంటుంది. చెప్తే హైరార్కీ నేమ్ డ్రాప్ డౌన్. ఇదన్నా నువ్వు చేసింది జెడ్ హైరార్కీ కస్టమర్ టైప్. సెలెక్ట్ దట్ హైరార్కీ. సేవ్. ఓకే. Automatically you start seeing this symbol different way. Look at this. A character with small tree indicating this will be shown with tree. Yeah. Okay. Fill on customer. So now do you get to see hierarchy was all silver కొంతమంది, దీంట్లో కొంతమంది, దాంట్లో ఇది hierarchy. So when you want to get the with level down, level up effect or parent child data like this, we go with hierarchy. Did you understand at least now what is attribute, what is why text, why attribute, why hierarchies at least? That is it. So I'll stop it here, and tomorrow we'll get in. Now we know the basic flow how it is. Now we'll take one case study and get into detailed options of each of the info package, DTP. ఇదే స్టెప్లో చేస్తుంటాం అంతే. డేటా సోర్స్, ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్, ఇన్ఫో ప్యాక్, DTP. డేటా సోర్స్, ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్, ఇన్ఫో, DTP. ఇదే కొడుతుంటాం. But ultimately దాంట్లో ఆప్షన్స్, you will have lots of options into info pack, lot of options into DTP, lot of options into transformations. That's where you become strong. అంతే. Ultimate BW ఇంతే అన్న. Did I formulate my complete scheme అన్న? So I've got fact table, dimension table, SI table, master tables అన్నీ మొత్తం సేమ్ వచ్చినాయి. అంతే. ఏందుందన్న? రైట్. ఓకే.